Hello, everyone, and thank you for being here. I just want to thank Amber for her amazing presentation, and just want to get to my part of the presentation, which is the aftermath of this terrible situation that happened at NASA. First, I want to bring up an article from Elizabeth Howell titled Columbia Disaster: What Happened, What NASA Learned, on February 1st, 2019. It had said that the Columbia disaster directly led to the retirement of the space shuttle fleet in 2011. NASA is developing a successor commercial crew program that will bring astronauts to space stations no earlier than 2018. So obviously, this disaster brought on a whole new wave of problem with NASA, especially with their safety protocol and finding different solutions to making sure that this dangerous activity that is going to space is being developed into something that can actually be safe and be plausible in the near future, and I believe that they are doing so. Now that it is 2019, we see a lot of advancements from NASA, and a lot of things from that will lead to stuff in the future that we will definitely see over the TV and just in the news in the incoming years to come. Another thing from that same website, unfortunately, is the people that did go along, which are the space astronauts that have been working on that space shuttle and about the mission for months, years before that. All 7 of them were killed immediately in the incoming into our atmosphere space shuttle, and it's a very sad story, but unfortunately that is some information that I do have to bring along from this presentation. Next, I want to bring along from Ramsiam, the space shuttle Columbia disaster, from Space Safety Magazine in 2014. I could not get a month, but it was in 2014. It says that these people had a 15-day mission that was successful, but it was the return that had them in bad shape. So from the research that I did, it was a 15-day mission that 7 astronauts and NASA had conducted, which had gone really well. And they were actually coming home, and unfortunately, like I said earlier in the presentation, when they were coming into the atmosphere, that is when everything started to sadly take a dangerous and fatal turn. A piece of foam was brought into the wing, and it did cause, as we know now, a catastrophic landing that did leave 7 astronauts dead. So next, I want to bring in the book. According to the book, which is Working in Groups, from Engelberg, and that is it was most recently updated in 2017. It brings in structure versus spontaneity. And the reason that I bring this up is that these astronauts and NASA, they don't just run things based on spontaneity. And that's something that they take huge pride in, and something that really works for them. But unfortunately, it did not work so well this time. And so from now on, they are going to take as much as they can, as much time as they can, to make sure that these projects are as safe, and every single possible outcome that can happen is able to rebound from and doesn't end up like this exploration did. And unfortunately, we do have to learn from our mistakes, but that is just a price that we learn from and make sure that we don't repeat in the upcoming history. So the reason that I bring this up is because it brings in the factor of structure. And in the book, it talks about that you are being organized through structure and don't just do things right on the spot. And that is exactly what NASA doesn't do, is they don't do things right on the spot. They aren't sending these 7 astronauts to space just like that, because that is not safe. And unfortunately, no matter what happens, some things do get in the way, but your ability to rebound and your ability to be structured and be practiced in those circumstances that can happen are the only way that you can be prepared. So from our presentation, I want to first thank all of the group members that really put hard time into this, and I just really hope that you guys learned from our presentation. Thank you so much.